Hey guys, Tyler here. Over the past few years, I've made several videos on this channel mapping the routes of various starships in Star Trek, be it Kirk, Picard, or Archer's Enterprise, the route of Voyager, you name it. But this begs the question, what about mapping Deep Space Nine? Well, for one thing, DS9 is a space station. It's situated near the Alpha Quadrant terminus of the Bajoran wormhole in the Bajor system. That said, I've always felt intrigued by one mapping concept for DS9, depicting the battles, occupations, and other engagements of the Dominion War. The most devastating conflict in local space in recent memory, the Dominion War claimed millions of lives on both sides before ending with an armistice. And luckily, many of the major skirmishes and more are illustrated by maps in Stellar Cartography, the Starfleet reference library. In this video, I'll attempt to recreate this, charting the evolution of the front lines and other important events during the course of the war. But first, before we go any further, I want to take a moment to talk to you about something a little more personal. The Dominion War was not only devastating to the Alpha Quadrant in terms of pure destruction, casualties, and economic ruin, but it also profoundly affected the psychology of many characters in Star Trek. We see this not only in the morally ambiguous decisions characters like Captain Sisko have to make, but also the trauma that led Beckett Mariner to forego promotion for many years. Indeed, space combat can be very mentally taxing. And while my experience comes nowhere near that, mental stress is something I deal with pretty frequently. The demands of my job as a YouTuber make it so it's sometimes hard to stay motivated. This can take the form of writer's block, worrying about my revenue, something I've talked about extensively on this channel, and just an overall unease about the direction of the website. Motivation in particular is something that I struggled with earlier in this decade, especially after that one event from 2020 that we all remember. In addition to the isolation a lot of us dealt with, I experienced a lot of other personal hardships that year, and talking about those hardships can be a really helpful and healthy way to process things. If any of you have seen a therapist, you know therapy can make your life better. I know firsthand that getting a second opinion can help ease the discomfort of dealing with emotional stress. A therapist will listen, ask questions, and of course, help you see things from a new perspective. They can give you advice and offer techniques to help you make positive changes in your life. BetterHelp is today's video sponsor, and they're on a mission to help make it easier to start therapy. After filling out a questionnaire, you'll be matched with a therapist in as little as a couple days. And you can switch therapists anytime at no extra cost if they're not the right fit. BetterHelp is a trusted platform with over 7,000 reviews and a 4.3 rating on Trustpilot. Click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/OrangeRiver and get 10% off your first month of therapy. Real quick, before we do dive into the mapping, I'd like to address one potential critique. How come I'm just focusing on the Dominion War, which comprises only the final 2 seasons of the show? Well, to be honest, this just feels like the most straightforward, most feasible method of doing a mapping DS9 video. The characters obviously travel lots of different places in the Alpha, Beta, and Gamma quadrants throughout the show, aboard runabouts, shuttles, ships like the Defiant, and more. But cataloging all those trips would be, I'm just gonna say it, a monumental task. And furthermore, what would be our criteria? Systems visited only by Starfleet officers, on duty, off duty, above board, or undercover? What about the Ferengi and other non-Federation characters? Does the inside of the wormhole count? I might revisit this for a future video, but to be honest, I don't think y'all would want to see me half-ass it for this one. With that out of the way, let's actually get started. The opening engagement of the Dominion War in late 2373 saw the capture of Deep Space Nine by the Dominion, but the Alliance secured an early victory at Tauros 3 deep in Cardassian space, destroying Dominion shipyards. The USS Valiant also engaged in a skirmish with a Cardassian battlecruiser at El Ghatark in the Kepler sector near the border between a Federation exclave and the Cardassian Union. The USS Tiananmen would also be lost, possibly due to actions by the Jem'Hadar, in the Federation Cardassian Demilitarized Zone. The Dominion secured several victories throughout 2374, including at the Tyra system on the edge of Federation space in March. This battle saw 98 ships destroyed or badly damaged, with only 14 returning to Federation space, badly damaging the Allies' morale. This was followed, however, by the Alliance's retaking of Deep Space Nine as part of Operation Return. The Alliance destroyed a Dominion sensor array hidden in the Argolis cluster in April, but much of the rest of the year saw heavy losses by the Alliance. In May, the Dominion captured Benzar, a core Federation world in the nearby Delta Pavonis system and home of the Vape God. From Benzar, which they occupied for a year and a half, the Dominion could threaten Belarus, near the Romulan neutral zone. The Romulans, much like the Tholians and Miradorn, had signed a non-aggression pact with the Dominion in 2373. The USS Honshu, responsible for transporting Dukat to stand trial for war crimes on Starbase 621, was destroyed around mid-year in the Bajor sector. Soon after this, Benjamin Sisko convinced the Romulans to join the Federation alliance, and he could live with it.
I can live with it.
The Alliance 7th Fleet took heavy losses at Ciberon and the Tibor Nebula in October, trying to cut off a Dominion supply line through Betazoid space, with the presumed purpose of planning a Jem'Hadar attack on Vulcan. This was followed by a Dominion raid on Starbase 257 and the loss of the USS Valiant near the Cardassian border, but the year was capped off with an Alliance victory at the First Battle of Chintoka near the DMZ, though it failed to open a general invasion of Cardassian space and remained under near constant siege by the Dominion for months. The Dominion and Alliance would trade victories more frequently throughout 2375, starting in January with a Dominion victory during a Klingon raid on the Monak shipyards deep in Cardassian territory. But this was followed by the Alliance's underdog victory in April during the siege of AR-558 near the DMZ. June saw a Dominion victory at Rictor Prime in Federation space, while July saw the loss of the IKS Karaga during a Dominion skirmish at Garalis, near the Badlands. August 2375 was a huge month for the Dominion War. A Klingon attack on the strategically insignificant Septimus III in Cardassian space led the Dominion to waste 500,000 men. Damar instigated the Cardassian Rebellion, with Liberation Front bases established on Vanden, then Abtar, Queenor, Regulac, and Semperia. The Breen marked their entry into the war with a devastating attack on Earth, followed by the Dominion retaking Chintoka, and the loss of the USS Defiant. But the Rebellion successfully destroyed a Vorta cloning facility on Rondak 3 in Cardassian space. While Chancellor Gowron ordered a disastrous Klingon attack on nearby Avenal 7, the Rebellion successfully infiltrated a Dominion facility in the Kelvis system and vaporized the Tavak shipyards. After briefly occupying Beta Z in September, from which they could threaten Alpha Centauri, Andoria, Teller, and Vulcan, the Dominion withdrew from Benzar in October and was finally driven from Cardassia, though not before laying waste to the planet and killing 800 million civilians. But the war officially ended in December, followed by the Treaty of Bajor and return of all territory to the Alpha Quadrant powers. With that, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a thumbs up down below and don't forget to share it. That stuff really helps me out. If you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to do that as well so you won't miss future uploads, and click the bell icon to receive all notifications. If you want to support my work even further, you can become a patron at patreon.com/OrangeRiver, link in the description, or become a YouTube member by clicking the join button on my channel page. By becoming a patron and member, you also get access to awesome perks like behind-the-scenes photos and videos, patron and member-only polls, name in the credits, merch discounts, and more. Or you can drop a one-time super thanks or PayPal donation. All are appreciated. Links to my PayPal, as well as my social media merch store, are in the description too. Also, just as a reminder, I do have a second channel, OrangeRiver Plus, where I've uploaded the VODs of lots of my gaming streams, with more on the way. And in addition to some other goofy one-offs and extra behind-the-scenes content, I've officially made it my second streaming platform, so be sure to subscribe there too so you don't miss any new content. That's all I have for this week. Live long and prosper.
Hey you! Yes, you! Sitting there, cuddling your 7 of 9 body pillow! Listen up! It's me again, the ghost of Dr. Asukaza, emerging one last time from reptilian hell to deliver an extremely important message. All 3 issues of Star Trek Endurance are now available as an omnibus. If you don't know what the word omnibus means, don't worry, Erica didn't either. All you need to know is if you sign up for $2 or more at patreon.com/OrangeRiver and click on the pinned post, you can read all 3 issues of Endurance as a single webcomic. It's that simple. And if you're watching this in the future and that post is no longer pinned, just search Star Trek Endurance, and if you can read, you'll have no trouble finding it. On the other hand, if you're a YouTube member, just scroll on Orange River's community tab, and unless you have the attention span of an Adosian suckerfish, you'll see the link there too. Okay, back to reptilian hell for good now.
Do you like merchandise? If so, head on over to the new and improved Orange River merch store. That's right, Orange River is now officially on Spreadshop. I've got a bunch of awesome new designs, including All the Way Down,
All the Way,
Vape God, Tally, aka Best Girl,
it was totally worth it.
and what is perhaps my greatest design yet,
I love being married to my husband.
Plus, I've got some of my classic designs like Orange River Arrowhead, N7, Metroid, Mycelial Network,
The mycelial network is like
Mycelial Network, and more. And there are even some new products like Orange River hats. That's right, Orange River hats now exist. Visit the link in the description to get discounts and other special deals on items from my store.